You're now tuned into the fourth season of Atypical Voices in Our Time, the official podcast of Chemistry Productions, a media education company. Let's get it started.
That's AVIOT.
What's going on, y'all? It is the AVIOT podcast. I am your gracious co-host, Jay Stokes, joined by Jay Random. My man is back. He's been missing in action. What's going on, Joe?
Man, chilling, man. You know how we do. Just laying low, trying to not allow the news to really get to me.
Well, I'm about to apologize then.
No. I'm in on it. Believe me.
Okay. We talk about it today.
No. I see stuff. It's just, listen, shout out to TikTok, man. The people that I follow on TikTok. I hate to say it, but they are the real news. I get a lot of my news from TikTok. I get a lot of my news from Blue Sky. It's really watered down with the other ones. So
Threads is good too.
Threads is good, yeah.
Threads is good too. Yeah, I'm totally off of Twitter/X because that's just a cesspool of negativity, Nazis, racist bigots. Matter of fact, it's actually good we started off on that because I don't know if you saw, there's this woman by the name of AVIOT Edebiri, and she had played in Inside Out. I think she's an actress. I don't know if she's connected to SNL at all. I don't think she is. But anyways,
yeah.
Basically on X, no, I'm calling it Twitter. Your mama named it Twitter, you Twitter. Okay. But so on X, there was a rumor that went around saying that she was going to play in Pirates of the Caribbean 6 and she was going to replace Johnny Depp, the Jack Sparrow character.
Johnny Depp going to be replaced.
Right. So it was a rumor that went around, right? Just a rumor. It's not substantiated, just a rumor. So Tesla Man is going to respond to that post on Twitter and say Disney sucks. And so because of that, AVIOT Edebiri, she posted on her Instagram page saying that she got death threats, a whole bunch of racial slurs for this fake reboot of Pirates of the Caribbean that she never even heard of. So basically, Tesla Man, he is fueling a bunch of nonsense that is aimed at marginalized individuals, Black individuals, disabled individuals. I've seen what he said about disabled people before too. And it's unsubstantiated. He cannot back up these claims. And because there are Nazis, racists, bigots, probably pedos on there that are just typing away, they're going to go and attack anybody that Tesla Man points as, oh, they're the enemy. So this was very irresponsible on his part. And it's ridiculous. And it's a shame that this actress, Black actress, had to deal with this type of vitriol just because Tesla Man wanted to make a tweet based off of a fake movie reboot.
Yeah. So, Twitter is a cesspool of hatred right about now. And it's sad. And the bad part about Twitter, Tesla Man, is that he has the president in his back pocket, front pocket, have him in the pocket. He has him. He owns him. So with that being said, he's going to be able to do whatever he wants to do. And it's evident because we're not going to, let's pivot, not really pivot off of it. We saw what happened yesterday. Hopefully we talk about that with the cars. That
was going to be my next, but
yeah,
go
exactly.
ahead. You can pivot to that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I've never seen a president do an ad on a White House lawn doing a car ad, and it was embarrassing, right? So, Tesla Man is reckless. His platform is reckless, and he's not held accountable for what he says and what he does. And, we got to go back to not even, I hate to blame Biden, right? But it's not even Biden's fault too. But it seemed like this man is always like, as soon as it's amazing how the government can stop some sales, but no one ever thought to stop this sale. The sale of Twitter, which is now X, because a person like Elon should not have a microphone.
No.
At all.
No.
And
it's dangerous.
The sad part is he has a microphone and we see what he does with this power.
Right.
He does nothing but evil. He's all about talking bad about the others, us, black people, anyone that's not white.
And he has a hard time explaining himself. Whenever you question him, he speaks in circles and is not very coherent.
Because he's on that ketamine.
Wow.
I mean, it's evident. Just imagine asking Famous Dex, who was on that stuff. Ask him a question. Famous Dex was always sleeping and falling asleep and slurring. Allegedly, you see him on you see Famous Dex on YouTube falling asleep and got the Whitney drop, allegedly, because he's high. Elon is always high.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly. Look at him. His eyes is always rolling. We seen fiends. We see fiends when they're talking, know.
Right.
So that's why the man can't finish a sentence. He high.
Oh, well.
You could say a lot, but when it's time to actually be coherent and come back with an answer, you can't, because your brain is on something else now.
Right. Exactly.
So I feel sorry for the actress who had to deal with something as stupid as a fake reboot. And it's sad that on the fact of this fake reboot, everyone is coming out showing their true colors. We should now start to have people addresses to their homes for the ones that want to be such Twitter thugs. Let me get your address, sir. Let me get your address. Yes.
Yeah, they're good at doxing everybody else.
Let me get your address. I mean, what else?
Yeah, so Ayo
hide behind these damn thumbs. Continue. Sorry about
Ayo
that.
Edebiri, she did call him a fascist. She called Tesla Man a fascist. And she was just calling him out on that during Nazi salute that he did. So she referenced that as well. But yeah, she's in several projects. So she's been in Abbott Elementary, Inside Out 2, Opus, Big Mouth. I know you've seen that show before.
Yes.
She's going to be in the movie Thunderbolts. She had featured on SNL before. It's a shame that this has happened to her. And just sticking to Tesla Man, you were touching on the fact that he met with the president to promote his cars. And this comes off the heels of Tesla stocks plummeting because people are boycotting all across the world.
Yeah, they came back up today.
Oh, really?
Isn't that like insider, I don't know, coercion?
Because the president supported it. It's all by design. And the thing is, Tesla Man is blurring the lines of being an advisor or being close to the president and then still being in the private sector. He's blurring the lines. In my opinion, all this is illegal.
Yes.
All this is illegal.
Yeah, it is. And the sad part is, as of now, no one's saying anything. We got the Democrats. They claim because they don't have no power, they can't or won't say anything. But I mean, come on, guys. Like, for the Republicans that are diehard Republicans that believe in Russia's bad, America first, they doing a horrible job too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Doing a horrible job too. They said when the House Speaker, was his name Thune, when he became the House Speaker, he was going to make sure that he does everything by the book, and he's not going to cow down to the president. He's not doing a great job too. Speaker Mike, I don't know where this man came from, but he looks like he's literally a spineless fish. I mean, I don't know. All these people, they remind me of people who don't have talent, who knows, okay, I got to keep this job because if I can't find another job.
Right.
That's how they remind me of. No one's saying anything on the Republican side. The Democrats, all of their complaining is falling on deaf ears because, they don't have any power, but I'm pretty sure they could do something. So
if you're listening to the AVIOT podcast on a streaming service, make sure to leave a rating and a review so we can grow our platform.
In all yesterday's stunt with the president telling people to buy these cars, why the stock market is going down, while people are losing their job in the government thanks to Tesla Man, but you want us to buy cars. Like, no, this is the time that we take all our pennies and put them in our pocket.
That's correct.
And, start spending conservative, right? Because you don't know what tomorrow is going to hold with this presidency?
I mean, it's going to be
Why
a
am I
government
buying a
shutdown.
car that costs $112,000 when I can't even, when eggs are going up?
It's going to be a government shutdown, dude. It's going to be. Mark my words.
Exactly.
It's happening.
So,
and what they're going to do is the Republican Party is going to try and scapegoat and blame the Democrats.
I don't know how they're in power.
The thing is, they have the art of spin.
Yes.
And that is why they're trying to cut things like the Department of Education, where you can actually get people to think correctly. Not get, but encourage people to think correctly.
And if you think about it, why are you getting rid of the Department of Education? And why are billionaires the ones that's cutting all this stuff?
I'm going to get to that in a second. What I do want to say with this whole stunt with the Tesla cars and the president, basically, the company, Tesla Man's companies are receiving billions in federal contracts. And this is coming even as this current political administration slashes spending across the government. But you're investing in this man who is not a U.S. citizen, mind you. And he was not born in the U.S., I should say. You are investing in this man who was not born in the U.S., and there are even questions around him living here illegally for a while. You're investing in this man. You are supposed to be the president of the whole United States of America.
Yes.
What are you doing to help the United States of America? You're not doing anything to help them. You're
Correct.
not. You
Correct.
are not. It is truly ridiculous. And so what I actually read in an article too, they were saying that the White House ethics lawyer by the name of Richard Painter, who was the ethics lawyer under former President George W. Bush, he said that this display, this whole showcase of the president supporting Teslas, appears to violate federal rules prohibiting the use of public office for private gain.
Correct.
But these rules don't apply to the president.
You're kidding, right?
See, this is what I'm talking about. This president, if he showed me anything, it was that nothing applies to him. Is it because of that new damn near Teflon Don immunity they gave this man? I mean, so how does that work? So you're telling me the president could basically have a friend, aka Elon Musk, see that this friend needs a push in stock, so they say, hey, by the way, drink this Coca-Cola. This is where it's at. Like, presidents can now just do advertisement and
seems like it,
and nothing happens because he's the president.
Seems
so he
like
can talk about Trump Tower without talking about Trump Tower.
Here's the thing too. The fact that he can support Tesla so much that he can say if someone protests against Tesla, it will be considered domestic terrorism.
Yeah, like, come on. I mean, just say the man owns you without saying the man owns you.
Man,
like it is pointing to the fact that I had a conversation with a neighbor, and this guy basically told me before the president became the president that he cannot be bought. And I said, what do you mean he can't be bought? And he was like, he can't be bought like everybody else, in the Senate. I said, all right, so you think Tesla man is doing all this for the kindness of his heart? This is before we found out how much money Tesla man invested. Mm-hmm. So then I said, okay, so when the president, if he becomes the president, if Tesla man has any part of his cabinet, what you going to say then? He said, no, that's not going to happen. Mm-mm. Well, of course, I never had that conversation again. I don't even want to have the conversation again. But it's just funny how people just act like they don't know anything. Like, oh, no, he can't be bought. Are you kidding me? Ask Russia.
Damn.
Allegedly.
Listen here.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, this is what I hate. I hate the fact that as a society right now, as we live, so as of March 2025, what is today's date? Today's the 12th. Instead of us talking about how the economy can prosper with this new administration, we see the opposite. We see these tariffs being thrown out like it's
and retaliatory tariffs being thrown back.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm going to hit you with 25. You're 25, I'm going to hit you with 30. All right, 30, I'm going to hit you with 50. Oh, 50, okay, I'm going to tax you on your electric bill. Oh, you're going to tax me on your electric bill? And it's just like, guys, wait a minute. You do understand that at the end of the day, the consumers are going to pay for all of this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The consumers. And the fact that the commander-in-chief is lying to everyone by saying, we're going to have so much money, you're not going to know what to do with it. That's a lie. How is it that 25% more, 35% more in taxes is going to benefit me? I have to pay more now. You know, I have to pay more for that avocado. I have to pay more for that car. I have to pay more for that lumber. I have to pay more for everything. Because
has it ever occurred to you that he might be speaking to those that will be receiving the tax cuts if this tax plan, this alleged tax plan goes through? Maybe he's just speaking to the rich, those that make $300K and more.
Speaking to him as far as what? He got to be talking about tax only, because he's not talking, because everybody's going to get hit with them tariffs. Even the ones that's making $1 million, if they build a house, that lumber is going to still be expensive.
Good point.
That car that they want still going to be expensive.
Good point.
You know? So everything's still, as long as they take their money out and buy something, they're going to get hit with it too.
I see.
Unless some strange reason they're going to have this gold card or whatever saying, hey, I'm with this guy. Don't hit me with between, but it still is not going to work, because if a grocery store starts to push that amount on us, then we all are going to feel it. We're all going to feel it. And it's not fair and it's not right because of what? Fentanyl?
What?
Yeah, it's like, do we even have proof that Canada is allowing fentanyl to come into the border? I just feel like this is all just like, come on, show me.
The thing is, they've already had agreements when it came down to people being undocumented crossing the border and drugs being trafficked across the border. There were already agreements in place. So nothing this current presidential administration is doing, trying to be like, oh, well, they need to address this matter. That's not something that wasn't already addressed.
Correct. Because when he met with Canada and Mexico, they were like, oh, you want 20,000? We already got 20,000 there. So, okay, you want us to continue with the people that, it's
exactly.
Like the deal stayed the same.
Yes.
So,
yeah. A lot of people are struggling out here just due to poor decision making, or not even poor decision making, strategic to better themselves, right? On with what's happening in Washington. Another group of people, federal workers, you touched on the Department of Education earlier. So the Department of Education's Civil Rights Branch, the Education Department's Civil Rights Branch is losing nearly half of its staff in these new layoffs that are happening. A total of more than 1,300 layoffs were announced this past Tuesday, and roughly 240 in the department's Office of Civil Rights happen to be a part of this. And this is horrible for people who are dealing with civil rights cases right now. So we're talking about families that have students with disabilities. We're talking about allegations of bias related to race and religion, complaints over sexual violence at schools or college campuses. All of this is going to be affected by these current layoffs that are happening at the Department of Education. But it seems like this current administration does not care.
Nope.
See, and this is the sad part, man, because they don't care because they're trying to meet a quota.
Mm-hmm.
And what that quota is all by design to shrink the government. When you shrink the government, that means you have less people you have to pay, more money you can now allocate to this tax cut, right? But he's not looking at it in the bigger picture, right? Because their thing is leave the private sector, or go to the private sector. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to push people out of government and go to the private sector.
I think what's happening is this current administration is trying to privatize the federal government.
Okay, so he's trying to do the opposite. So he's trying to get rid of these people in the government and try to find jobs to, outside of the government. Great. But we all know this economy is already shaky, number one. Number two, until those people find jobs, that means now they have to call their mortgages and make a deal with their mortgage. Now, no more going out, no more buying cars, no more buying anything, which means so now their community is starting to shrink, because if I am a store that used to have 40 people, 40 plus customers a day, dwindle down to 10 because the 30 no longer working. So now they cooking at home. That all affects everything. So The bigger picture is you're firing people and you're hurting this economy in the long run. Because it's not like you could fire someone and they find a job the next day. Because now you have all these people looking for the same job at the same time. So, and all for what? A tax cut that only the rich is going to benefit from?
That, and like I said, this privatization. So what they're trying to do is take functions that the federal government has and move it into the private sector. That has a whole nother set of rules that don't necessarily comply with, I guess, what we would think is ethically cool or morally cool.
Correct. You see states right now, think about it. You see states right now, right? So let's go with Connecticut. We live in Connecticut, right? So you see how much funding public school get versus private school that have the rich people that can actually fund that that private school.
Those who descend from people who got their money off the backs of the labor of our ancestors.
Exactly.
They don't deserve it.
So at the end of the day, we already see how without funding coming from the government for public schools, what's going to happen when now you allow the state to fund that public school. Good luck.
Yeah.
But it's all designed. Because guess what? These public schools, because these private schools are not going to be affected because they never got money. They never received money anyway.
My thing is this, though, that why pay taxes? If my tax dollars aren't going towards anything that benefits me, then why pay it?
Hey, I will add something to that. So you see how they're trying to get rid of Social Security. So can you give me back my money that I started when I was 15? So now with interest, give me my money back. Because you can't just automatically say, oh, we're going to do away with Social Security taxes that you've been digging out, because that's a lot of money then.
Exactly.
Last time I checked, that's a nice penny. Can I get that back? I bet you I can't. Why isn't it not tied to my Social Security? It is when you send it to me, right? You say, blah, 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 blah. This is yours. But now you're trying to get rid of it. So when you get rid of it, can I get my money?
Exactly.
Probably not.
No,
so
exactly.
Yeah. So when it's all said and done, man, I just wish that, you and I, everyone else, we could just say, gosh, man, listen, we don't have to vote Democrat, Republican, whoever's in the House. Can you just do a good job? Can you just focus on us? You can't scream America first when you're not even helping the American citizens. The citizens, we are the citizens, even if we voted for you or not.
Question.
At the end of the day, we're all going to suffer. Look, the government's finding out right now. Republicans thinking, oh, yeah, downsize the government. And then guess what? They getting fired too. They're like, oh, wait. What about me? I voted for you. It doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work
Thanos.
like that.
Snap of a finger. It's over. Like, Thanos ain't pick who the hell he wanted to pick. Snap of a finger, it was on.
It's funny. You're saying downsize the government. And I have a good story for you, and we'll get into that after these updates.
What's up?
So we've been doing pretty good with posting. It's been a task to try and get all of our content on every single platform that we are registered with. We. Chemistry used to be on Fanbase. However, I took it off there because Isaac Hayes III, he had an interaction with this Black woman. I just didn't like the way he was interacting with her.
But the narrative of misogyny and attacking Black women is just simply not true.
Hey, Isaac, apology not accepted. Because part of an apology requires you to take responsibility for your actions. And it's very clear that you just want to make excuses. But again, I love receipts. And here we go, right here. You taking shots at a Black woman's appearance because she dared to say, hey, focus on your app and getting it together so that it can compete with TikTok and Instagram. You've had it for over a decade. It should work better than this. And your response was, you can't spell and you have on too much foundation. What does her looks have to do with her criticisms of your app? It's also so convenient that when you talk about crossing the line, you don't get specific in what it was that you did in response to me critiquing your behavior. I'll get specific. You shared a photo, a 10-plus-year-old photo of me and my ex-husband on my wedding day to suggest that I'm not Black enough because my ex-husband is white. And then when people rightfully called you on your misogyny, you said, oh, I can't be a misogynist. I campaigned for Kamala Harris. Which is interesting because if my white ex-husband negates my blackness, then how does that work with Kamala Harris and her white husband?
Even if he feels that this black woman isn't necessarily doing the best to support his black, quote unquote, black owned platform, I didn't like how he was approaching her. It wasn't cool. So I decided it might be best to take our services elsewhere. So we took ourselves off of fan base. So now we're on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky. We're out in a lot of places, even Tumblr. And it's been quite the journey to try and post all of our content on those different platforms anytime we have something that we've created. It's a lot because you got to remember what to put down. You got to remember the hashtags to use and advertising. It's a journey, but I'm pretty sure something's going to click.
Yes, sir.
So I ask that everybody out there who is enjoying this podcast, make sure you follow us on other social media platforms. We're not on Twitter and we're not on Fanbase, but you can pretty much find us in other places. We're even on Pinterest. So you can find us in a lot of other spaces. We're not on Snapchat because I don't think y'all would care to see how we create. It's kind of boring right now. Maybe when we get Office Spaces or something in the future. But make sure to follow Chemistry Productions, K3MISTRY Productions, on anything else you could find us on. We would really appreciate it. We're definitely growing community. That's the saying now. We're growing community. We don't want to grow our numbers. We want to grow community. Correct. I believe that'll be best for us in the long run. So let's get into our topic of the day. We're talking about downsizing the government. I wanted to open up this story by speaking on this person who's in the Office of Personnel Management, and this person was overseeing the layoffs of thousands of federal workers. And they were, sorry, I'm reading it wrong. This person, I guess they're the person that's tasked with defending the DOGE cuts to the federal government. I'm sorry, I'm reading this article from CNN. It says, as the Office of Personnel Management oversaw the layoffs of thousands of federal workers and pressed others to justify their positions, the agency's chief spokesperson repeatedly used her office for a side hustle, aspiring Instagram fashion influencer.
Wow.
So the OPM office political appointee, McLaureen Pinover, was using her office to try and model different outfits. And she had her own Instagram page. She now deleted it now that she's been outed. And she was sending people to her affiliate links so they can purchase outfits that she was wearing so she can get a kickback. She could get a commission. And she was doing this as people were getting laid off. So, for example, on the same day that the OPM, Office of Personnel Management, sent a government-wide memo pressing federal officials to identify barriers that face their work or swiftly terminate poor performing employees, Pinover posted a video blowing a kiss to the camera with the caption "work look" and the hashtag DC influencer.
That's terrible.
Another time, when people were laid off of their jobs in the federal government, she posted another video, or post, I should say, just showcasing her outfits. The girl can't dress either.
Nope.
Showcasing her outfits, trying to be an influencer. My thing is this. You're using your workspace and you're working during work hours to support your modeling career, your fashion career. People's lives are at stake here, and this is what you're doing. I think that's very reflective of this current administration, the people they have working for them. They do not care. They only want to do their own. And the thing is this, when y'all try to look at white women as sympathetic figures, all I'm seeing with all of these white men doing all these heinous acts is white women right with them.
Oh, yeah.
It is very, very disrespectful to people out there who really are trying to figure out how to get by, figure out how to support their families, and you over here want to be a fashion icon, and your fashion ain't even good.
Damn.
What are your thoughts, man?
Well, I have a problem with people just doing stupid things, right? That's what I mean by that. They always scream people that work from home don't do anything. What about people that's in the office? Do they do anything? Because clearly she was doing two jobs not really her real job.
Mm.
You know, so that right there was stupid, because how can you try to be an aspiring model,
Influencer.
influencer, and do it on a company dime? Like, we don't care if you do it after 5, after 6. But if I see the sun is out and it's Monday and you didn't call out sick, I'm trying to figure out why you doing your stuff at work. Like, people do the dumbest things. So I have a problem with her doing that during company time when, like you said, again, people are actually getting let go for actually doing their job. They're getting let go. She's not doing her job. She's multitasking with her side hustle, and she still has a job.
Right.
Smack in the face.
Right. And y'all, please excuse my reading. For some reason, I get tongue-tied when I'm put on the spot. I'm trying to read. You know how when you got called into class, and
but the funny thing is, I didn't even hear anything bad. So I mean, for anything, it's you don't got your glasses on, so we're gonna go with the line shifted.
The line was shifted. Yeah, it was shaky. It was shaky.
You know what I mean?
But
you had your finger on the line.
To build from your point, pin over. Y'all talk about cutting government waste to this current administration. Y'all talk about cutting government waste. She's a waste. That's a waste.
Yeah, that's a waste, because she's really doing extracurricular activities on the company's dime.
Exactly.
Right? And that's frowned upon last time I checked. So does she still have a job?
And now for a quick commercial break.
Hey guys, as you can hear, we are unapologetic in our opinions. We may be politically incorrect or possibly wrong, but don't knock us for being ourselves and saying what many are too afraid to admit out loud. Anyways, if you have any thoughts or questions about our show, email us at chemistryproductions@gmail.com. That's K3MISTRY productions@gmail.com. We'll be sure to address whatever you have to say.
It just said that she deleted her Instagram account. I don't know what happened to her, but she was the chief spokesperson for DOGE.
Oh, come on, man. DOGE could do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
Sad but true. You know, what about the guy who blatantly came out? Well, not blatantly came out, but we found tweets on how racist he was. And the vice president and Elon was like, come back. Don't resign. What you said wasn't bad. Like, what? What is going on here? Like, what are we what are we telling other countries that's watching this right now, that as long as he's my friend, it's okay? No, it shouldn't be like that. As long as he's on the side of what I believe in, it's okay. No, it shouldn't be like that. You know?
I agree.
So, yeah. Once he probably should let off with the fact she worked from DOGE, because, you know, they get away with a lot of silly stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at her LinkedIn account right now, and there's a C. It says that she still works there. I guess she does. She's a spokesperson. I said chief spokesperson, but it just says, I'm trying to get her title specifically. Oh, wait a second. Why is it? I don't think I can find her. Wait.
Of course, they just moved it around. They moved it around.
You think so?
For now. It's hot. It's hot in the kitchen.
Yeah, I can't see her. I can't see her on LinkedIn. Yeah, I'm typing in her name, McLaurin Pinover. I don't see her. Yeah.
Give her a month. She's gonna slide right back into that position.
Yeah, it says it is Tesla Man's DOGE PR defender. That's what I said chief spokesperson, but DOGE PR defender. Pretty much same thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. I tell you, man, we're really living in an interesting time right now. I will always maintain that our ancestors had it a whole lot worse.
Yes.
Oh, by far.
We can push back. What I do like is that Black folk in general over here are saying, we minded our business. We're not going out protesting. We're not going out crying, because that's what this administration wants us to do. That way they can instill martial law. That way they can attack us. Yeah. So it's best that we mind our Black business and work on bettering ourselves. Stay home. Even though I even saw they ripped up Black Lives Matter Plaza.
Oh, they ripped it up with demolition tools.
And then the White House had the nerve to tweet a photo of them doing that. I don't know if it was on the White House or Truth Social, but I'm just like, okay, y'all expect us to be outraged? Okay.
Yeah, it's okay, whatever.
we already knew that was performative to make that Black Lives Plaza in the first place. We knew that was performative.
Correct.
So,
You tearing it down. Okay, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Black lives still matter to me, still matter to you.
I would love to see if Black folk collectively just did a mass exodus of this country, how this country would actually fare.
Yeah. I don't know.
Good luck.
Good question.
Good luck. Good luck.
But I tell you one thing, they'll definitely keep tabs on us. They'll keep tabs on us.
The problem is you got some, we have a term for it. Some Black folk that would still be staying over here with Brad and Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, look, listen, at the end of the day, if we all left, they'll still keep tabs on us because they want to know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Try
to copy us, try to mimic us.
Copy, just making sure that we ain't doing too well. So,
they're going to try to sabotage it?
Hey, listen, then they keep tabs on Black Wall Street, and then they realize, oh, no, this is too well.
There's a lot of places in America that Black people are thriving.
Yeah.
That
Central Park.
That the powers that be decided we need to knock it down. It's really a shame.
It is a shame to live rent free in someone's head that you just mind your business. But
that shows who is actually superior. If we really go in there, y'all talking about superiority, inferiority complexes. My thing is, if we live in rent free in your head, what does that mean?
I mean, listen, I personally would never waste time with someone that is not a threat, right? So
maybe they do consider us a threat.
I don't know why, because listen, we just trying to live our lives, man. I know that's what you're doing. I know that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to go to work, take care of my family, and all the rest of this stuff is just noise. Everything is noise. That's why I love my house. I love my house because everything outside of my house is just noisy. This is my zen. So I try. And once again, also, I'm not leaving my house to do protesting because for what? As soon as we step in that protest, it's on. It's going to be on the news. It's going to be, hit with the police. And it's crazy. Let's go back before the show ends. Now you can't. So I think they changed it too, Jay Stokes. You can't vandalize. I don't believe in vandalizing. Mm-hmm. So as long as they keep it to you can't vandalize a Tesla shop, then I'm cool with that too. I'm not cool with, and you and I, we speak offline. I'm not cool with vandalizing. Yeah, you could protest, stand in front of it with your sign. Once you vandalize it, you are breaking the law. I mean, you starting a fire.
Hey, tell the people up in Washington. Don't talk to me about breaking the law when all the figureheads ain't following the law.
Well, yeah, no, that is true. But
don't talk to me about breaking the law when the figureheads up in Washington ain't following the law. You have no leg to stand on.
But you already know how it works. What I do, you can't do.
Exactly.
So, with that being said, as long as they keep it on the same strength of no vandalizing, then I'm cool with that. But
yeah, because you
can't know about domestic terrorists.
You can't rewrite the Constitution. That's a First Amendment right. You can protest.
Yeah, you definitely can't rewrite it, but you can definitely. There's a lot of things we thought we couldn't do, but it has changed. So,
anyways,
what we thought and what's happening.
Listen, man, it's a good show, and yeah, I think this is why it's good that we have the Tuesday shows too, because it was a little more lighthearted on Tuesday. Today was a little bit doom and gloom and woe is me. I wouldn't say woe is me, but woe is this country. This country's trash.
Yeah, man, I tell you right now, the aliens ain't coming here. The aliens ain't coming.
The way it's being run is trash. The way this country is being run is trash.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's sad because it's kind of like, I don't want to be that person. I'm pretty sure you don't want to be that person too, to say, this is the party I represent but it's kind of like, at the end of the day, listen, you won. Enjoy your win. Now, if you say that the other guy was bad, do better. That's your job, right? Isn't that your job? And anything we do is like, yo, the other person stinks. All right, I'm going to come in, I'm going to do a better job. But so far, Sleepy Joe, he got slept for another 4 years. I think he would have done a better job than what's going on now. I mean, shoot. I mean, damn, Sleepy Joe was doing a better job right by now.
So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.